Hello and welcome back to Talking Teens Official. I'm Nural and thank you for joining me and for your listening ears. I really appreciate it. This week's episode, I have a little quick special episode for you actually. I am going to run through 10 quick things you can do to improve your relationship with your teenager. Really short, really quick. You can implement them straight away. Before I jump into the 10 quick things for this episode, a couple of things have changed. One, this episode, I'm not sitting down in my studio recording this. I'm standing up recording because I think better on my feet. Must be a teacher thing. So if you like the format of this episode, please let me know, drop a comment or let me know in my Skool community if you're watching this. On that note, speaking of Skool communities, I'm going to pop a link in the show notes and in the comments of this. I'm going to pin it. And it's an invitation for you to join my free Skool community to get access to every parent that's in there at the moment, as well as myself. We're in there every day, having a chat, sharing stories, getting help, giving advice, and just boosting each other up. So that is an open invitation for you if you're listening to this. 1, let me know what you think of the new format. 2, join my free Skool community. You're welcome. All right, so let's get into these 10 quick things that you can do to improve your relationship with your teenager. Number 1, of course, it is connection over correction. That is my tagline, connection over correction always. And what that looks like in real life is when your kid or your teenager is saying something to you, I don't want you thinking of the solution in your head before they've even finished talking. I don't want you thinking of all the things you are going to say to them once they've finished. I want you to connect and connect with intention and connect with purpose, which means when they have finished, you don't say to them, here's what you should do. I want you to say to them, oh, wow, thanks for telling me. That's really interesting, really challenging. What do you want me to do with that now? Do you want me to help you or do you want me to, I don't know, make an appointment for you or anything like that? So please, connection over correction. Stop trying to correct their behaviour at every turn possible. That is the first and foremost and the golden rule. Connection over correction always. Number 2, it's a good one. All right, quality time. I want you to invest in quality time with your kids. And this does not mean you need to set aside every weekend, 4 hours every weekend. What this looks like to you as a parent is I want 10 or 15 minutes every day. 10 or 15 minutes every day to build a connection with your child because you are going to put aside 10 or 15 minutes every day out of your day with intention to actually have a conversation with them, sit and play a card game with them, prepare dinner with them, anything where you are not focusing on any sort of behaviour, any sort of results, and just, you know what, having a little bit of fun. I think we've forgotten how to have fun with our kids. So having a little bit of fun is always good. That is tip number 2. Tip number 3, okay, big one in my house. I want you to eat your meals together, at least one per day. For most families, this is a dinner. I want you to consciously eat dinner together. And what that looks like is, you know what, when dinner's ready, you call the kids, hey kids, dinner's ready, come and sit at the table. No phones, no TV, just you, your plate, your fork, and the sound of chinking. I don't care if you're not talking. It doesn't really matter. Don't force a conversation. I just want you to sit there and eat dinner together or breakfast or whatever meal it is. Don't force a conversation. Don't feel like you have to talk. enjoy each other's company, enjoy the silence if there's silence, but no phones, no TV, no distraction. You're welcome. All right, tip number 4. Okay, I want you to acknowledge them when they walk into the room, or when you first get home from work, or when they first get home from school. I want you to be consciously aware of this by physically stopping what you're doing, looking up at them and saying, hello, welcome home, or hey, how was your day? Doesn't matter. I just want you to physically stop and make eye contact and say hello and just acknowledge them. Even if you're not asking them a question, just acknowledge their presence in the room that you are also in. Number 5 I call the love drop protocol. So what this one looks like is I want you to have 5, at least 5. I think we can manage 5. 5 positive interactions with them every day where you are just either complimenting them, acknowledging something good about them, acknowledging a positive interaction you had with them, or even just physically touching them, putting your hand on their shoulder when they're talking to you, or making eye contact with them. Like that human connection, it needs to happen between you and your kids. So what that looks like, it could be if your kid says something funny that made you laugh or smirk, you could say to them, that was really funny. You've got a really good sense of humour. You must have got it from me. Doesn't matter what you say, as long as it's something positive and you're not trying to correct anything. Or they could be walking into the kitchen going, oh, I'm so hungry. What's for dinner? And you could go, yeah, I'm really hungry too. I think I could eat a horse. What about you? Just anything like that. Tip number 6, I actually posted a short about this the other day, and it's actually a really big one. It's actually more powerful than you realise. When your kid wakes up in the morning, when your teenager wakes up in the morning, instead of the first word out of your mouth being, are you ready for school? Come on, hurry up, we're going to leave in 20 minutes. Why'd you sleep in so late? Well, come on, like get moving, chop, chop. What's for lunch? What are you having? Have you got an exam today? Have you done your homework? I actually don't want you to say any of that. If that is your first interaction with them of the day, you've just set that cortisol off. You've just set that bar off. So your first interaction of the day actually needs to be this. You ready? Good morning. How'd you sleep? Lovely to see you. That's it. Can you please just say a good morning to them for the first time you see them during the day? Not what your mind is thinking at 100 miles an hour if you've got to leave the house in half an hour and they're not even close to being ready. Can you just say, good morning, nice to see you. Tip number 7, I want you to communicate laterally. And you can do this every day. So what I mean by that is I don't want you to be right up in their face when you're talking to them, demanding eye contact, looking at them straight without even blinking, just staring at them. I want you to take a step back and then to the side a little bit. You can step to the side and talk side on with them, like, how was your day? What'd you do at school? And then just continue on doing whatever it is you were doing. Another tip you can do, and I do this to my kids as they've gotten older, is instead of calling out their name through the house, I'll send them a text because they've probably got their phone on them. Hey, dinner's ready. What'd you do today? That way I'm not speaking to them or at them. I want to speak with them. There's a big difference. So when you communicate laterally, you are speaking with someone, not to them or at them. You are speaking with them. I want to speak with you. I don't want to speak to you. I want to speak with you, about you. How was your day? How are you feeling? What are you up to? Tip number 8. I want you to set some routines. And what I mean by routines are things that you know that will always be done, almost like non-negotiables, if you like. So the routines I want you to set could be a Friday night coffee run. I don't know, you're going to set a routine where whatever day it is, whatever time it is, everyone in your house knows that this is going to happen. That's it. So it could be every Saturday morning you run to the bakery and get some fresh bread. Every Sunday morning there's always a hot breakfast cooking somewhere. Doesn't matter what time, it could be 11 o'clock, doesn't matter. But there's always a hot breakfast that's going to be on offer. I don't care. Just set up a routine and stick with it. I don't mean you need to be in bed by 9 p.m. Make sure your homework's done, your room's clean. I don't want those routines. I want a family routine, a family habit. Tip number 9, I want you to have a think about how your kids would describe you as a parent to their friends. All right, how would your kids describe you as a parent or a person to their friends? Would they describe you as someone who is always grumpy or uptight or always angry? Or would they describe you as she's all right, she's a bit of a dag, she thinks she's funny and she's not. She laughs at her own jokes. Or would they describe you as always working so hard to put food on the table? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, would they describe you? I want you to have a think about how they would describe you to their friends, and then you can even ask them. And then if you don't like it, I want you to actually take a positive step to change it. And you can tell them that. You can tell them that I actually don't want you to think of me that way as your mum or as your dad, or I don't want you to describe me that way to your friends. That actually hurts me. It's not your fault. It is my fault. I'm going to try and change it. So put it out there if they are describing you with some sort of personality trait that you don't like, because that is not their fault. That is yours as a parent. So try and change it. Tip number 10, the final tip, it kind of links to tip number 9, and it is, I want you to get a sense of humour. If you are treating your parenting as something which is a chore and it is hard and it is difficult and it is something that you have to have complete control over at all stages of your life and during the day and at every stage that they're at, lighten up. Get a sense of humour. You won't build a connection with your kids if you cannot laugh with your kids. So please, get a sense of humour. Drop a dad joke or two. And if you don't have any, YouTube it. Go have a look. Go find a dad joke and then try it on them. And if they groan and roll their eyes at you, it is perfectly fine. But you need a sense of humour. That's it for this episode. I told you it was going to be quick. It was going to be a short 10 quick hits to build a connection with your kid. Just a reminder that if you want some more help with this, you need to jump into my Skool community and I will help you with it. Also, book in a free call with me. You can book in a call with me to have a chat about how we could potentially work together about improving your relationship with your kids, dealing with their anxiety, school refusal, any of the above. There is completely fine. Until next time, remember that focus, connection over correction. You're welcome.